Hello, everybody. I wish I could be there. But Mrs. Jansen has been begging for me to take a day off because she missed you guys. So I kind of threw her a bone and let her come to the classroom today to see you. Lucky her. I want to talk to you about prime time and what I'll be doing in my class for the first section. So it's called food science. And to kind of get a feel of what it is, just raise your hand for me if you like snacks. I'll raise two because I really like them. Okay. My favorite's M&M's. Do you guys like M&M's? Chocolate. It's like a go-to. Salty chocolate. Well, if I put some M&M's on your desks right now and think about all the kids that have been there all day, touching it, wiping snot off in their hand, rubbing it on the table, would you eat them off of that desk? I don't know, would you? Who would? Mrs. Jansen, take names. I need to know. I gotta talk to these kids. Okay, well, what if I put them on the floor and say, like, the bathroom? Would you eat them then? Please tell me nobody has their hand up. You can't possibly. Asa, no? Okay. Trevor? Please don't, okay? All right, well, what about just the carpet in here on this room floor? It's not like it's the bathroom. Maybe. Have you guys heard of the 5-second rule? Sometimes it's called the 3-second rule. Okay, well, what is the 5-second rule? Mrs. Jansen, see if somebody knows what the 5-second rule is. I'll wait. Very good. Okay, so Mrs. Jansen, why don't you just throw some treats out and see if they go for it? I'm just interested if they really would. Oh boy. You guys should not be eating those M&Ms. That's disgusting. Oh, okay. So you need to be in this class. Okay, you definitely need to be in this class. So you have no idea what is on that floor. And if you come to my class for food science, okay, we will uncover the truth behind some of those old wives' tales and eating rules. We'll see if it's really true, if something that your mom says is really gross. Okay, no, don't eat that off the floor, if that's true or not. Okay, sometimes they would tell us that, I think, because it's just good manners. But 5 seconds is pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dude, I would eat those M&Ms. Okay, Milk Duds for sure. Yep. Okay, so if you come to my section of prime time, we will find out if 5 seconds, it can really get any dirtier than it already is. Okay, another rule that we will check on is double dipping. Okay, I make the best Velveeta fake cheese dip for the Husker games. I could eat my weight in it, and that's a lot. Okay, do you guys, when you're home, do you eat, if you're eating like chips and dip, will you take a bite and then dip it again and take another bite? Okay, if I'm at home, yeah, do it. But when you go to somebody else's house or to a party, it's kind of a faux pas, which means you're not supposed to do it. People will kind of give you a dirty look and get grossed out, even though they do it at home. Okay? So I want to know if when you double dip, if it's really going to make that dip any worse than if I just dip once. Okay? That is another experiment we are going to try in the food science class, and we'll see if that really does make a difference. Okay, do you think it's going to make a difference? Some do, some don't. Do you think the type of food would matter? So like maybe instead of Velveeta dip and Tostitos or tortilla chips, what about carrots and ranch? Do you think that would be worse or better as far as germs go, whether it have very many? Okay, well, what if I threw in like apples and caramel dip? Yeah, because that's my favorite. And I'll take a chunk of caramel with every little tiny bit of apple I can. Okay, more caramel than apple. Lots of dipping. Okay, do you think that would be worse? Yeah, I don't know. So, is there really a difference, and would one be better than the other? That's another experiment and test we are going to run in food science and see if it's true. Okay, so the last one that I think we'll still have time for the food science is another, is it true or false? Their mothers tell us, wash your hands. You got to wash your hands before you eat. Go wash your filthy hands before you touch my food. Is it really going to make a difference? Is it really any better for us? Okay. Do you always wash your hands every single time you eat? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have never missed washing your hands before you eat. Really? Fishing? You've gone fishing and not washed your hands? How about hunting? You guys gone hunting and not washed your hands? Yeah, I've gone fishing. I don't hunt, but my husband does. And I guarantee he's not washing anything before or after or during. Okay? So, we're still alive. We're here. We're okay. So do you really think it makes a difference if you wash your hands before you eat? What exactly are we killing that we cannot have in our bodies? Okay, so that is another sort of debunk. I want to see if we can debunk it or if it's actually a true thing that we should be washing our hands or sanitizing in some way or whatever. Okay, so I want you to come to food science. We'll do some really fun experiments. They're things that I usually don't have time for in our regular science class. I used to do a long time ago, so I know they're fun. Mrs. Jansen over there knows all about them. She has done all of these with me. So you need to ask her questions. She'll be able to answer them for you. She knows what I'm doing for this class. She's been with me when I've done a lot of these experiments, so she can help you. Before the questions, or after, either one, Miss Lisa, I'd like them to talk about what other old wives' tales, or rules that we've always followed with food, that they're wondering if it's true or false. Okay, kind of like those 3 I mentioned. Okay, the double dipping and the 5-second rule and washing our hands before we eat. I'd like you to tell Mrs. Jansen if there's any others you're interested in or that you can think of that you've heard, and maybe we could try and see if it would fit into our schedule for that also. And if somebody would write them on the board while people are raising their hands and talking to Mrs. Jansen, that would be great. Okay, it's time for questions. Mrs. Jansen, you got them. See ya.